Start the recording. Now I'm going to start the YouTube Hangout. So we want to go here, my channel. Could you hold the mobile camera?
Sure.
Just you can talk about stuff around the room. It's actually recording onto that stream. So we're just prepping the YouTube stream at the moment.
You guys around so it's looking at some besides you.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's a wee bit better, isn't it? So let's see. What have we changed, Ryan?
Well, we have thermometers floating in buckets full of water. This one is on the scale. So we have the pump pumping through the reactor, and the steam line coming out goes into this coil. The coil is going to release the steam into the water and release the heat and condense the steam. If we're making big bubbles, this could get a little bit messy. We have a piece of foam over here we can put over the top of it, but it's a shame because we're watching it with the Optrus camera.
That is the supply water right there.
Yeah, so this pump draws from here, so it's going to draw this down and it adds to the mass over here as it goes through the reactor. We have the controller for the machine, for the reactor. We have this neutron detector. It has an open slot here, which is lined up. I want to see if I can catch any neutrons. We have our gamma detector underneath. I just took a fresh spectra in place like that, so we'll be able to compare during the run, when it's running and when it's starting.
For this test, we will not be using the heat exchanger, but we've taken one of the temperature to
Yeah, we've taken T in.
T in. Okay, so T in
And
is
it's
now
in the water, submerged
water.
in the water, so we should be reading. Yeah, just want to make sure it doesn't get too close to the connector there. So we have automated logging of that. We have automated logging of all the radiation detectors.
The reactor right now. Oh, the screen. Nothing on the screen. It is. The control box is on.
It's ready to start when we start actually streaming.
Which is hopefully very soon. I'm calling this Sparge Test 1. I know you want to do it more than once, but...
We called it Sparge 2 in our other data files.
Well, that's because we already have pre.
Okay, that's fine.
That's good to catch on camera.
What time did we work out it needs to be ahead? 16,020? For some reason?
19 here on my phone. It's 17 on the floor on the laptops.
So you can see the power jumping and the current jumping each time the pump pumps.
Sorry, 17.
It's approximately a 16 watt pump, and so each time it draws a power burst. Doesn't make the PA1000 as nice to look at.
18.
No. Okay. 26th of May, 1900. When's that going to start?
What's that? Got a link in the document here.
It says it's going to start at 7 p.m. What's the time now? GMT? It says 5 p.m.
5:49 p.m.
Oh dear, it was. Okay, I'm going to go and start hanging out on there, see what that says.
I'm glad I'm not on the programming team that had to figure out how to do time zones in YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It says I can start broadcast here. Can we see if someone sees this? If I start this broadcast. I've got no links. You need a link, right? Otherwise no one's going to see anything. Let me put a link somewhere useful. Bob is so getting more than he can. Blame me. We can call Sparge test. One. Okay. Get anyone picking that link up? I'm going to start. Your Hangout will now be broadcast on YouTube. You can broadcast for up to 8 hours. Hopefully, it doesn't take that long to warm this bucket. If it does, it will be very cold. Okay.
Now it's streaming, I'm seeing it.
You're seeing it. Okay. Can you kill your stream so you're not seeing it? How's the video on the stream? Even though you're double
Right.
backing.
Yeah, right now it ain't so great.
That's okay, but we're recording it at 20 kilobits, so that should be fine. It's not so great because you. Okay, kill it. I'm going to shut down as many windows as I can. Sorry, Cat World, you have to go because too many adverts.
Alright.
Right. I'm going to put the stream on Facebook as well.
That pump is going to wreak havoc on all of our COP calculations.
It's not so
Okay,
bad.
we've just, hi guys, we're going to start this test in a little while. Just let a few people come into the room. At the moment there's 43 of you. I'll just talk through a couple of things by using the close-up camera. We have a mobile camera which is in the top left underneath the hold on, should be underneath the Aura letters there, and you can see hopefully Ryan right now, closer to him. There we go.
You don't want
Got
to scare
Ryan.
him away.
Ryan's in the house. Good luck, Ryan.
Yay!
And we got Alan's in the house. Brian's in the house. And I'm in the house. Hello. Okay, so we got the thermal imaging camera, and if I go in on that, you've got this Sparge bucket zone, and on the outside here, we're recording a Ravi at the moment, and we'll upload that, so you'll be able to use this PI Connect software and do your own analysis afterwards. So there's the Sparge coil sat in there with the output from the reactor. Are we running this once or twice?
Just once.
Just once, and one from a dry start on the reactor, yeah?
The reactor is primed with water in it.
Okay,
The pump is actively pumping. It draws it out of this bucket
that's the bucket it's coming out of.
and it pulses it into his reactor, and it comes out from the blue.
Yeah, so you can see this jerk, and you might be able to even hear it go when that light goes off. Okay, and you can see maybe a little jerk in both the input and the output, mostly on the input. And so that actually is creating a pulsing every time the pump does a squirt of water. But we measured those, and it's in the document, isn't it? The actual control unit over here.
Do you want to fire up the ultrasonic microphone?
Yeah.
Go close to the reactor.
Ryan, can I ask you to take the microwave and an RF meter?
Sure.
Okay, so I think we're about ready to go, guys.
Alright, I'm going to...
Let's see if Me 356 is ready to do the initial switch on over.
Clear that buffer. We're going to start recording the RF.
We've got the spherical camera up here, and that's taking a frame every sort of 8 seconds. Okay. Okay, so let's see.
I think we are ready. We've already added 3 kilograms from that bucket to this bucket. We just want to make sure we're not overflowing and splashing.
Okay, Mia, if you want to.
If you want to start it up, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Me, are you there? You can send the signal. Was that you hitting the keyboard or your head?
You want to bring your camera back yet? I want to watch the control panel.
Yeah, I've got it here. Okay. So what's the control panel doing? Not a lot. It's
Not a lot
a
yet.
shade of reflection.
If you tap it,
Yeah? If I tap it, what happens? Oh! There's a start button. In the sort of.
he said we could start it.
Can we really start it?
Yeah, he was going to kind of leave it to us. But
Okay, alright.
It'd be okay
I'm going to
to
press
ask him
start. Say something if I shouldn't start it, me. Okay, I'm going to press start.
All right, we got
And the neutron went off.
amps.
What's going on with this? Why is that light on now blue, solid?
That's a good question.
When I press
We
start.
have a Sparge spike in RF.
Okay.
We got a 7.7 megahertz spike, more or less.
What's that?
I think this wasn't here before.
Okay.
It's not at that height.
Okay.
I don't know if these were as high either, so.
You seeing anything on the smog?
Well, your phone's close now.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Now that your phone's far away,
You should come up close to the reactor.
okay? No, nothing special.
We got a more steady watt usage though. Currently it's using about 150 watts in total. That's the control box, the pump. 160, 170, 160.
The neutron detector, for whatever reason.
It's permanently on blue. How's that one doing over there?
Okay.
Okay. Any neutrons in the
No, just the one bubble we started with.
But really, this neutron detector is permanently on blue at the moment.
Yes, it's very sensitive to
Some noise, and it has the control
RF
cables.
noise that's characteristic of the helium-3 tubes.
Okay, back away with the phone, Bob.
Okay. Is there any joint change on here? There was some shifting around on that.
I think it was just your phone that was causing
Okay.
RF.
We've got, I think those spikes haven't changed much.
Okay.
I think they weren't as tall.
So did we start the stopwatch? Where is the stopwatch? It's over here. Should be in shot. There you
I
go.
have it as 17, 59, and 50 seconds.
Right. Well, we're not even on. When it started, it'll be on the YouTube stream. So I'm gonna maybe start the. Okay. I mean, we're not getting anything out at the moment, but water, are we?
They said it takes 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
to get up to
Maybe
10%.
10 before it's stable.
It's currently showing about 300 watts total usage.
You had time at what, 17?
17, 59, and 50 seconds.
This one's saying 320, 330, and over here on the PC 830, I'm seeing 330, sort of the same sort of figures. I hear some humming. I can
You got
actually
watts
audibly hearing something.
How many watts have we shown now?
360, 370.
Okay, so it's slowly increasing.
I didn't press the stop. It says stat at the top. It says 97.6%, and then there's something that says 248. There's some stats at the top of this with the big stop button. I'm not going to press the stop button. I'll leave it running.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. Can we see on the Optus camera if there's anything hot?
Move the other way.
Like, what's it saying is the hot spot now? Okay.
Yeah, a tall one, somewhere about 8 megahertz is kind of new though, comparing to the old one here.
So do you want to do a screen grab and just put that in so when we turn it off we can see whether there's any change?
I'm recording video too of it.
Oh, very cool. What, from before we started?
Yeah.
So we're going to have the Ravi data. That, lovely. I like it. Right, so how many minutes are we in?
4.
Okay, do you know kind of basically precisely when it's going to be at 5? Because then we'll start the stopwatch.
What does the Optus say for the hose coming out of the device?
Is it getting any warmer? Oh, there seems to be warmth going into the bucket. So I think maybe with this we'll have to start the stopwatch. I can actually see some spreading. Right now, guys, this is very important. It's extremely important what I'm about to say. We have this stick here for stirring, specially designed stick, which is wood, and we decided to call it Jed. It's very, very important this because we wanted something that's very good at stirring. So we're going to go over and You're the stir
I'm
master, aren't you?
Stirmaster.
Mr. Stirmaster. Yeah.
It's brutal.
So you can see that he is stirring. Look at that! Everything goes even. Temperature, that's nice. I like it. And the average temperature you're seeing on the Optris is 15.16. 15, I don't know. So what we've actually got in that bucket is a couple of factors that are quite important. One is the fact that we have twice the volume we had in our other bucket test. We had 16 litres in that, and we have 32 litres in this bucket. That's right, Ryan? Yeah?
Yeah, we started out with 30, and then it took us quite a while to get going, so it was about 33. Now we're close to 34. We may have to make an adjustment if it gets too full before
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, we have the thermometers that are also added to the weight there, haven't we? We've got a couple of thermometers hanging off the side there. That's nice and even. I can just see a little bit of convection coming off. I'm going to look at, see, the hot spot is... What is the hot spot? You know what the hot spot is currently in the frame? It's the back end of your scintillator.
Okay.
And it can't get off that because it's significantly hotter. But it will soon, because it's currently, well, the hot spot is 51 degrees.
Right.
So the scintillator is causing a problem because it's quite hot. Jed's doing a wonderful job there.
Oh, well, Jed the stick, good at stirring. Grab that. I'd love to go explore it more, but I want to see a wider range.
Yeah, that, for those people that have joined us recently, that little noise that you just heard there is the spherical camera that we use to capture the stop motion, the sort of time-lapse images. And it's a Ricoh Theta S. It has only an 8 GB limit. You can mod it, but I don't want to break it.
So we're up to 800 watts now
On input.
on input.
Okay.
That's nice to know. It's got a nice controller in there.
Mm-hmm.
Something's starting to smell.
Smell warm.
Smells like warm rubber.
Probably the hose.
That might be, we might be getting up to steam. We're about 10 minutes in, are we? You said it takes about 10 minutes to get
Yeah, we're
up.
close to 10 minutes in.
Yeah, close up, yeah.
8 minutes, yeah.
Okay, so we can look at, we start the stopwatch around about 5 minutes after start. So, this is the rubber hose here. It actually starts to sound like the steam going on. So I would watch out, because this is where the steam would come from, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's our copper sparging pipe. I'm probably in the way of the camera at the moment. You're doing a fantastic job of keeping out of the way of the camera with Jed.
Many years of training.
Many years of training. How's the sound going? Whoa! Okay, so what we're seeing
This
here.
is background.
This is background.
This is with the reactor.
This is with the
on.
reactor on, so
Nothing much changed except for this spike at 20 kilohertz appeared.
at 20 kilohertz, okay.
We're over a kilowatt now.
Now, the microphone's not in the same position, so
Mm-hmm.
there are other things that could affect it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna go exploring right around that spike I saw.
So when we did the other bucket test, we were starting with something that was basically instant on, the 3 kilowatt immersion heater, and that took about 9.5 minutes to raise half of the volume of water with a lower surface area to a temperature rise of 50 degrees. And the starting temperature was of the first bucket.
It's right around 18.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe it's right around this.
I'm not talking the source bucket, I'm talking the...
It had to be around.
You were filling it from the flow colorimetry system, weren't you? So
That's why I log this data.
yeah. So you would have to go back and look at the data in the recorded stream.
T in, the bucket is now 17 or 16.9. We'll see how long it takes.
So this is quite nice because I'm going to move my Sparge bucket outside because I can now see that the Sparge bucket is hotter than the surroundings, and I'm going to move it so that it's on the outside of the bucket but not in the area that would be conflicted by.
So we've dropped to 700 watts.
Okay. So device tools configuration. Measurement areas. Now with the Ravi file you'll be able to do post analysis, so you don't need it to be so. I'll think and speak. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to move this into an area where it's not going to conflict with Brian's manipulation of JED. So the Sparge bucket outside there is reading 17.2 and sort of random samples. I'm going to see what the temperature is of the downpipe now. Still not the hottest thing in the room. Or maybe it's just too small. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble.
That neutron counter still upset?
Is what?
Is the neutron counter over there still all blue?
Yeah, it's still pegged at blue.
It's noise in the environment.
Yeah.
I've had that problem before.
It's noise from the controller. It was fine until the controller started.
Probably from the controller. I had problems with the.
It runs right by it.
With the
Yeah.
early gen LED light that
I wanna
switched
see.
it at maybe 20 kilohertz or 30 kilohertz.
What do you see? Can I come and see what you see?
Oh no, there's still only one bubble in the neutron detectors.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Nothing's happened there.
Nothing to see here, folks.
No, but it's good that you're checking because you are actually closest.
Okay, Higgins is asking what the heck is going on with the neutron counts, so you should explain in the chat. Whoever's got a.
Yeah, the controller power line goes directly by.
Yeah. We can move that neutron counter away from there. It's
Mhm.
not doing any good where it is.
No.
Right.
Put it back on the table, I think.
That's a good idea. I
Yeah,
can move it if
on the
I'll
other
do it.
side.
If I can reach over you and the
Yes.
cables are free. Very careful of that power line. What was that?
What did you say?
That was just the reactor, nothing, nothing important.
I couldn't quite hear that, me. There's no problem, it's just there was some interference with the neutron detector.
Yeah, how often do you want to check the alcohol?
Thermometers.
Yeah.
The T in is now 18.45. What's the power out?
Okay. Shall I look at the alcohol thermometers on the input bucket?
1 kilowatt in.
Yeah.
We have 14 degrees, just under 14 degrees on the high bucket. So yeah, 13.7 I'd say on the high bucket, and on the low bucket we have 13.7. So there is consistency on the temperature for the thermometers in the source water bucket. Can I come outside of you? If you move back actually just for a second, because you're... so high bucket one on the... it's 18 degrees. And the low bucket one is 18 degrees. Nice stirring, my friend.
And what do we show?
We show 18.91.
Okay.
Is that agreement?
I agree.
All right, start. I want to clock how long it takes to rise 1 degree. 19 degrees now. Dang it. Stopwatch ready.
Oh, it just fell. Well,
Okay. Yeah, that's not very tight, that one. I can make that one the low bucket.
There's the clock.
It's the way around, isn't it? No, no.
All right, we're starting 19.2. When it gets 20.2, we'll stop.
So I need to change the Sparge bucket area because it's actually averaging the output part of the reactor.
Power is ramping down.
yeah, it does that. It goes down to about 650, then it'll go back up to a little over 1K.
0.3 degrees per minute. We're going to have to do some careful integration to really know how much power this compares. We don't have a nice flat load, or a nice flat input power.
And we've got the watt hours. That's all we need.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I pushed to reset it before we started.
What is the 1 hour?
Yeah, it doesn't show on the dashboard. But it's in the Oh, total energy shows, sorry. It is there.
Oh, okay.
Brian gave me a dirty look.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is the watt hours on here.
On the dashboard, it's labeled total energy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be 267.
Nope.
Yeah.
Would be if it isn't here. It says watt hours actually on the PC830 and watt hours
Well,
on
Yeah,
we should
well,
have the
that's
watt
the-
hours for the PA1000.
Yeah, it's labeled watt hours for
Mhm.
units, but the field is called total energy.
Oh.
the. Oh, well, maybe on the dashboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the dashboard. Okay, so this is the
Kilowatt
simplified dashboard here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a
And,
Pretty good agreement between.
very
the
good
two
agreement.
and for
between
those
the
of you
two.
watching the dashboard, the HE3 neutron detector data is not meaningful because it reflects a lot of RF interference that the detector saw when it was next to the reactor. And that's a known problem with that design. Not the design necessarily, but the
sensitivity.
helium-3 detector tube is sensitive to RF. And so we got 48,000 roughly false
And
counts caused by RF.
And we're still alive.
Yeah. The rolling average of counts per minute is accurate about 0.9 per minute. And that's within the range that we would expect.
What's the math?
So
now?
total NG
3.54.
290 there. And you can see it's 299. Well, it's going up because I moved, but yeah.
So did you catch the 20-degree spot?
I catch the kind of 1 degree rise.
Good.
And it took 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Let's see what power that represents.
What's the volume of water in there now?
3.54 kilograms.
3.54 kilograms.
No, 35.
35.4.
Calculator one. Kilojoules.
It's a little scary, Bob.
What's that?
Having a cable right in the way like that.
Okay, so me has said because of time he couldn't connect the controller cable, which is from the control box here. There's one cable that's not connected here.
Oh.
And that he hasn't managed to get the integration working for that, but he still wanted us to be able to do the test, and that would go and control the pump flow rate. But he's saying at the moment the pump flow rate is too high to get the reactor up to operating performance. He says it's probably only doing about 2% at the moment. So we've got to turn this down, and then he's going to message, because we're at what, we're almost at 100% there. Oh no, we've got to turn that down to 10. That's the flow rate, right? Which is the flow rate? Well, I don't know what the flow rate is.
You think it'd be the big knob?
It would be that's on 100 at the moment.
It's a little knob on the bottom right, I think.
That's the flow, is it? Okay. Well, that's certainly slowed it down. It's on 10 at the moment. This makes me nervous. It's not actually doing anything.
I think you turned it off.
Off is not good. Let's turn that back on one more. It doesn't sound any faster, or?
No.
No, it wasn't off.
Well.
Okay, I'm going to go and see.
Yeah, why don't you get further instructions?
It's not going to go poof if we're running like that. Okay.
Find out what the big knob is for.
Yeah, what's the big knob?
I want to know what the big knob does.
Can you do me a favor, Ryan? Will you hand me one of those stools?
You bet.
Thank you. We may need to take some water out because it's getting pretty high.
Well, right now is a good time to adjust. The way I recommend doing that, and there's no reason not to at the moment, is take this, scoop water back into there.
Okay. We'll be stirring for a moment.
Hold this.
We don't have a better scooper than this.
I would love to see one.
Boy, okay. What do you want to get down to? 32?
Yeah, or even 30. If you pretty much fill the other bucket up, we'll be about where we were.
And then we better take another reading on all the thermometers
Yeah.
after we stir.
Okay. I understand now. I get a feeling this might be our dry wet run. Okay, so if I dial it all the way down to the bottom, it's like extra something and then stop, and then so I turn it 2 from the far bottom, so all the way down to the bottom. Oh no, that seems quick. Okay, that's stop. 1, 2.
Wait for it.
Do something.
Okay, we're about 30.
Do something.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That'll let us run for another hour.
Okay.
Is it slower or quicker? Oh God. Okay. Does that sound slower?
It's much slower. Yes.
Good. We like that.
Okay.
So do you want me to take the temperature of those?
Yeah, let's get it. We just transferred a bunch of water, so let's log all the temperatures again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so the input temperature water on the low thermometer is 16 degrees. The input temperature on the high thermometer is 16 degrees. You're good at this stirring business. Fine. Alright,
Trading places.
yeah, trading places. Right, the temperature on the low thermometer is, if I can get it out of there, is 22. And the temperature on the high thermometer, when I've got there, let's try and get that in, is under the pink foam. Oh no. And it's changing temperature. There we go. Okay, so it is 22. Okay. High and low. Did you get that?
I was writing down. It's okay, 16 and 22.
Are we falling asleep now?
And log time on those. And on the dashboard.
Oh, I see. I see what's happening now. It changes the range when you go into shot. No, what am I doing there? I was doing this before something happened. Okay.
So it's down around 400 watts.
that's the end of that. I can't work out whether that's some sort of Chinese water torture or not, what you're doing there with Jed. Seems to be quite a bit more hot water coming out.
It's hotter. It's less water, but it's hotter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Power in varies between 600 and 1,000 watts. I thought there was a link from Freeboard to the plot links,
So what?
to the plot link.
I don't know. I don't know.
I want to see the shape of that power over time.
You don't have the plotly links?
I don't have them. Where are they?
You're right, we should put them in the dashboard, but you can get to them through checking that computer, or there's links on eCat World or Lunar Forum.
See the temperature rising, and I can see the power curve. We're talking an average right around 900 watts, maybe a little higher. It's on more than it's low.
Temperature rise pretty constant.
We lost the roaming camera because my battery's dead. My camera, but I'm just warming it up again.
The dashboard's locked up, huh? Okay. Well, maybe it's just my browser. So, sure. Get them?
There's a few mosquitoes in here. Mosquitoes!
Yeah, this is interesting. I should look at this for a moment, Brian.
Sure.
Oh. Okay, the power's just gone up,
Yeah,
but it went right down. Went down to here and it continued to rise. Same steady rate.
huh. Yeah, the rate's not different enough to correspond to the drop in power there.
No, it's pretty.
Well, it depends how much volume of water is held in the reactor. Maybe it has a reservoir.
I'll bet you it's
He's only chucked it up very high for a little while.
cause a few more transients in there maybe. That's going to require some spreadsheet work.
Echo, if you're still with us, we're sorry we stole your name.
Yeah, it's hard to know what the time constant is, but
We took some
it
water out,
almost
so
seems. Where did we take the water out? Right here?
there.
But the rate of increase is almost increasing while the
Well,
power.
now it is because he's just kicked it up a
Yeah, but look at this rate right there.
Yeah.
There,
that's
yes,
what I'm
it is,
looking
yeah.
at.
And that's why he took the power down, I
But we
guess.
don't know if that's just a time lag between this boost right here.
Well, no, you can see a slight inflection there. I guess what you want to do is change, go to the particular parameter
You have to,
and change its scale to emphasize the inflection points.
Yeah, that's a hot tube.
You were touching the tube?
No, I was putting my hand close to it.
You're a brave man.
which tube?
Any
The blue
bubbles?
tube.
Any bubbles down there?
There are bubbles in the water. As it heats up, the gases are less soluble
Right,
in the
but
water.
nothing coming out of the bottom tube
No.
where it's perforated, okay.
I'd expect to see it kick in and bubble in a little bit when it actually creates steam, because that is not a huge steam condenser.
I can resume my job if you like.
Sure.
You are good at it.
So the log file.
Ah, you moved the bucket slightly. That rubber smells more rubbery.
Yes, the tube is definitely getting hot.
Yes. I can now see white coming out at the top there. But still, your
White means
the back end of your scintillator is at 60 degrees, so our hot spot is. You know what? I'm going to move the
Hey, what happened to the stuff at the end?
I'm going to move that down to not to the hottest one. So the process interface out, which will be the Optris camera that's on the dashboard, I'm going to now not change that to the maximum temperature. I'm going to take
Yeah, I think we lost something in our document here.
mean value. I'm going to move that so it's not the hottest. I'm going to move that to outlet temperature if I can. It's not a very large number of pixels, that's the only problem. So I'm going to take it off hotspot now. I'm going to move that down. I'm going to change it to a 1x1 measure point. And I'm going to move it across and down to output pipe down here. It's not enough pixels to actually see that. See?
Oh, whoops, I got the wrong one on there.
What's that?
I got the wrong one following. I got your editing links. Instead of public links.
Oh.
I think people, well, you just need to let people know to take off the edit. I think it still works about, actually. You can't, if you don't have edit rights, it kind of works about.
Yeah, you have to be logged in to have edit rights.
Oh, you're right. Hold it up. Temperature started out at 14.7.
Oh, he's got a bit of a cycle going now.
Yeah.
But it looks like the average power is way lower than it was. Jeez.
Well, he was obviously trying to get it to do something.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And we've got, what, 31 kilos nearly of water. Well, that's including the two thermometers, I guess. I'm not so heavy, I guess. Excuse me, please. Okay, raise this up. That's control center. Yes, when he taps the bottom. It's just a no real flow rate, is it?
What, you see me tapping the bottom on the...
Yeah, you get an Arlin scale estimated flow rate, but because we've got no flow, it's a bit irrelevant. That people do need to know that. The flow rate is irrelevant at the moment because
Yes.
that is for our mass flow calorimeter, not coming in as we're doing now with the Sparge test. Whilst my phone is charging, I'm just going to move this a little bit out of the way. As soon as I get the mobile camera back on, I'll show you the graph.
You want?
I mean, you can see it on Plotly anyway. Maybe I'll get it up on Plotly and we can put it onto the YouTube screen.
There we go.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Put on what we're looking at. Is the link there in the test log?
Yes.
Whereabouts in the test log?
Top, the very top.
It's a good place to put it, isn't it? We want low temperature power? No, yeah. Let's look at that.
Alright, let's see if I can get that image in there now.
I can smell that rubber.
Nice, isn't it?
You're closest. You can give us the extreme viewpoint.
No neutrons in the bubble detectors, that is. I guess I should say it's still the single bubble.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Okay, in the right place.
It's actually kind of going up, so you see. So it's starting to regulate more and you've got this kind of cycle. Good. Yeah, now that one. Outlet. The COP is not actually doing anything at the moment, is it? Because that's designed for our
Right.
flow meter.
Yeah.
So what is actually functional here? It's power in.
Yep, the T1 and the scale.
T1 is outlet, is it?
TN, I mean. TN is actually bucket temperature
Okay.
on this run.
So that's basically, you just got two parameters running there. Right. Okay.
Yep, and the power in.
Doesn't really seem to matter what's going on with power. He's just managing a temperature rise, isn't in the bucket.
Setting on the power out.
Yeah.
You just need to see what the average power is now and compare the slopes and
Well, the slope of the power out should give you a temperature rise over time, shouldn't it? I mean, quite easily.
yeah.
I mean, it's gone from 26 at 1846 to 29 at 1859. So 3 degrees in 13 minutes or whatever it is. Right? No, 16 minutes. No, that's like 46, 13 minutes. 3 degrees in 13 minutes approximately. And the bucket weighs around about 31 kilos.
Can't tell which real and it's copy. Do this on the local spreadsheet.
That's why it's not coming up.
When somebody's ready to take over.
I'll take over. I'm not sure I'll be as good as it. So for Jed Rothwell, we double the size of our bucket here. Our scale is only limited, it is limited to a maximum of 44 kilos, so you can't really have more than that in it. And we have a wooden stirring stick here. Definitely not as good as this. I'm definitely not as good at this as Brian. I've hit the Sparge in copper twice already. I'm not sure I ever saw him with it. I think Jed likes Brian more than me. I'm no good at this, honestly. You'd think it would be so simple.
You know what? With practice, you can get better.
We were you an oarsman?
No.
I have a grounding board.
How much would it take to get Judd Rothwell to come over and stir this for us? I tell you why, because you've not got nerve on your line.
Yeah, but what's picking it up from? That?
I didn't notice anything.
As I run my finger along here, it feels like it's.
Here with stack.
Yeah, you don't get that with 110. Try and give this back for a second. I know you want it, you're standing there going, I want to get my stick back. Okay, we'll be able to have the Roman camel on in a minute.
Oh, that's why.
He's already got a regular cycle going there on the power end, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Look at that now. Yeah. I wonder if that one's reversed.
Should be.
Seems to like, no, got something. All right, let's take some.
So that which you see there is the sort of power input and the temperature against the temperature rise.
This plot we have the integrated power.
Uh,
No, see what
that may not be plotted.
Is it in the data?
I'm sure it's in the data.
Yeah, it's in the log file.
Okay, so Me346 thinks that at this point we should be seeing some excess heat, as it is much better now than it was before. He says soon it will be possible to change it, but the longer it will work in this mode, it should be better.
The longer in this mode, the better?
Yeah, so I guess it looks like he might have just changed it. I don't know. This is obviously a mode. It seems to be a very regular cycle that he's got it on. Yeah, the hot part of the output is now at about 50 degrees. Soon it won't be the hottest thing in the room.
Open off this one here. New spreadsheet.
Thank you for Anonymous Dolphin for copying the comment from the live stream. We can't watch the live stream without damaging our data, so it's better to have comments in the test log comment window or chatting Go.
Yeah.
So I think probably we'll say from now on we won't answer anything in the YouTube comment window. It also gets lost at the end of a streaming session, so unless someone copies it.
Yeah, people are commenting on YouTube, but we can't look at it. We can do the total and an average amount of mass. I think we'll be within 10%.
Yeah, I think that'll be close. T-star it was. Temperature right now is 33.27. Accumulated power in is 957. Yes. That, of course, is since the start of the test. Not since we transferred water.
I'm installing LibreOffice, so I have a spreadsheet on this machine. Because I can't do it in Google Docs very well.
So what's our water temperature at now? Outlet?
40, 30, no, just jumped.
33.
Yeah.
33?
That bucket's 33.
Okay.
0.49. Mass right now is 31, almost 32, so I'd say the average is about 33.
Good idea.
Well, it's warmer in here than last time.
Got a heater on now.
Yeah.
At least a kilowatt. 100 watts.
Yeah, to Anonymous Cheetah, V356 doesn't think it was producing any excess heat prior to changing the flow rate and switching into a different mode, so he's in agreement.
I will check that again. 18.57 C times 4.184 kilojoules per kilogram C
It's the weight of the bucket at the moment.
times 32.
32 then, 31.8.
Yeah, but now it might have averaged closer to 33. We'll go conservative, call it 32.
Mhm.
Okay, Me356 seems to, it says that it looks like it's not evolving too well because the performance seems to be decreasing in each cycle, probably due to the pressure leak. 2.486. What? That's the number of kilowatt hours to heat that amount of water that much. We put in 957 at the time, about 1,000 now. It's a COP of 2.5 according to that calculation. Want to run through that with me to make sure I did it right?
Yeah.
All right, start TN 18.53 rise, accumulated power in.
This is in minutes.
10.
Oh, T is temp, sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Double check I did that right. Okay.
Did you agree on the calculation?
Yeah, I should look for a drastic change of mode.
Not sure about the kilojoules to kcal.
Let's check that out. I use this. Heat capacity of water. 4.184 joules of heat. The temperature of 1 gram of water. Oh, no, there's off by a. I did something wrong. Yeah. That's 2.486 kilojoules. It's 2.486. Which is a joule is a watt second. So we gotta divide that by 60, which makes a big little number.
How they just what date of them?
So 4.2 joules per calorie. Yeah, right. So divide the
I'm sticking
number.
in joules.
Hmm?
I'm gonna stick in joules instead of calories.
Yeah, but calorie is 1 degree C per,
Yeah. So it's 4.2, 4.184 joules, kilojoules per kilogram.
right, okay. Right,
Yeah. I don't know what it is,
yeah, I think the cop is somewhere around 0.7.
Yeah.
Over the entire test, there's quite a bit of loss in all of the plumbing and everything. And for most of the time, we think the reactor was not in its active mode.
Kilowatt hours, 3,600 kilojoules. So put in less than 1 kilowatt hour. Yeah.
You're looking over the whole run.
So I didn't have a spreadsheet on this computer yet. I didn't want to use Google for it. Importing files is more clunky than that one. Yeah, 12.7. 0.69.
Let's, we got a plot lead. Well, we could take a small segment after the reduced flow rate.
We don't have the accumulated kilowatt hours in plowing.
That's a look at the log
It's
file.
on, it's not on the plot?
No.
Why? It didn't get on there.
Right.
So yeah, I can get the spreadsheet on and open up the log file and pull it up though.
How's your stirring mom?
It's getting tired. The bucket and the contents, the warmest thing in that area.
Should be at 35.
Yeah.
Other than Brian's right arm.
That's true. It's
Left
slightly.
arm, sorry. All right.
Okay.
So
This is the problem with the pump flow rate is that I've
put
put too much thermal conductive paste,
so
so the heat transfer is higher. This is, but the core is cooling much faster, so the regulation is thinking it's overloaded and dampening it. But if the COP will get higher, it will be possible to increase it in steps or change other parameters of the pump.
Is this at the lowest flow rate now?
Yes.
Yes. Leading out. Yeah.
So, like a Band-Aid for it?
Yes.
Where you
Yes.
stain your white? See if I can find one that's in this pack.
All right, let's see what time. Yeah, you should be able to find from the plot where we.
Do 8:32. Check that, man. Before it gets much worse. I'm bleeding late in.
Oh, so there are little.
Can you see where it is? Thank you.
so we have a slightly longer view here.
Well, we can turn the flow off for a certain amount of time, and that would bring up the temperature as you want. What would you like us to do? It's your choice on that. You'd have to let us know.
Put the zone off.
Yeah, we turn it off for, how long is safe, 15 seconds, 30 seconds? You know, we don't have access to the internal temperature instrumentation, so that's pretty tricky to do.
How's he stirring on?
It's getting tired. Nothing like stirring a pot for an hour and a half.
Yeah. I think I'll jump in there. Do you want to manage this camera?
Let's see. I'm good.
Okay. You trying to run some calculations on a potato?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, these are the controllers.
Very good agreement. In fact, their watt hours are exactly the PCA on the 830 saying 1.204 and typical change 1.206. 1.206. Okay. Lovely.
Oh, it is a little better. The section I have, it's COP of 0.73 instead of 0.69.
Mm-hmm.
Still not
Still not great. Yeah. Well, that's probably just the thermal mass of warming up the reactor.
It was already warm at that point, because I started right after we filled the
Okay.
transferred some weight on the bucket to turn the water down.
Yeah. Still not much change.
I think we got a cold room and uninsulated bucket.
Right, all those contribute to being under 1. If it was 1.1, then we'd go,
Well, can we ask him?
I've asked him
Okay.
if we can turn the pump off for a little while.
So yeah, doing this for another hour doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense.
no.
I mean, I don't think there's steam coming out.
No, it really doesn't seem. I don't see. The bubbles aren't moving. You don't see any bubbles exiting the hole.
What is it? I'm trying to clean it up so it shows the data.
Okay, so it says, at the moment pumping in big batches, which is causing water too much, but smaller and faster will be better. So it's saying, change it.
Change the big knob.
He's saying put the small knob to 30 and the big one to 40. Let's have a look. So,
Okay.
wait, small to 30, 40. So what one is the duty cycle, I think?
The duty cycle is, well, the frequency.
At the moment it's putting 100% of its capability
Right.
put in.
Right. That the 100% is the big knob.
Yeah, so we increase.
So we're going to reduce that to 40% of what it can put in.
Yeah, and turn up the 3. So it'll be 3 times 4, which is what, isn't that more? No, it's little bits. Regularly.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to make that change or don't?
I'm just confirming it. Yeah, so 100 goes to 40% and 10 goes to 30%.
Okay. I would change the 10 to 30 first to ensure you don't over.
So this one goes to 30. And then this one goes to 40. Very good. Okay, so we're putting smaller amounts in, but more regularly. And he says this is to avoid the ore getting too cold. We might have echo this time. I'm going to keep a lot of echo.
I'm going to turn that camera off. So, what time was that we changed that? Just a few seconds ago. That was at 1950. Okay, I'll just go and show you guys what I did there. Me 356 is saying that the core is being cooled with very large lumps of water as we had it, and the pump here was set to 100% of the amount of flow in one delivered piece of water, but for only 10% of the time. Now we have 40% of the capability. Sorry, am I getting that round the right way? Yeah, 40% of the size of the volume. So what it was 100% of a pulse, but for 10% of the time. Now we've got 40% of the pulse, so smaller amounts of water per pulse, but more of the time as it pulsing. So. How are we doing? We've got still some room on the bucket there, haven't we?
Yeah. Can I enter another liter or two?
Mm-hmm.
Biggin says, I can't see the plot view data stream.
Oh, it looks like it dropped out for a period of time.
Yeah.
It might be if there's too much data on the network.
Don't we have the professional account there? Unlimited data, I think we signed up for that.
It's not that the data as feeding out, because the data's there.
Oh.
It's just not being fed out.
Ah.
I will stop the syncing. No, I don't want to stop that. Synced anyway. What's it doing now?
Is it flying? I think it might not have changed in a while.
Does look pretty static, doesn't it? Do you want me to take over on the stirring?
Yeah, we'll see if there's anything we can do. Uh-oh. Thank you, Al. Established connection was aborted by the software in your host machine.
Can you just tell to restart bleeding?
See, it's the plotly, not the dweeting, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably.
We can attempt to do so. No guarantee it'll work.
It's nice. Have a bath in a minute. Let's just take a snooze.
Did we lose all the old data?
On our chart.
Yeah. I told it not to. Appears we did though. Yeah. We don't have anything here.
Phone still doesn't see the local network anymore. Local Wi-Fi here.
What can't?
My phone.
Oh.
I've got a hotspot, if you wanna.
I can try that one. Okay. Anonymous Cheetah says the data is still there for me on the Plotly side.
Hmm. The counters don't appear to be running for me. On Plotly, that is.
Oh, chair is not perfect for long periods.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, here it is.
Hmm. Has that been 10 all along? I thought that was 5 and 5.
That's okay on the count.
Yeah, do we want to change that to 5?
Sounds okay. I don't think it's gonna make much difference in the appearance or interpretability of it. Come on, wake up.
Well, we lost all of our old data. I don't know if... Sounds like maybe some other people didn't.
When you open the window, when I opened the window, it didn't, it started fresh plotting
Mm-hmm.
only what it received that from then on.
Okay, there isn't a lot of signal here, but you might get 3G speed out of it. Your email.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't need my phone because I get everything I want right here.
So should I shut it down then?
Yeah, if it's got low signal.
Yeah, it's only gonna do 3G.
Yay.
That rubber smell again.
Yeah.
Good sign.
Okay, do you want me to go back here?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you put up with it.
Somebody's got to do it. Next test, we need an automated bucket stirrer
Yeah.
that's not named Brian.
This was a last second addition to the protocol. In fact, we didn't even have it written up exactly.
No.
This
Yeah.
was based on what a lot of people said that they wanted to see.
It makes sense,
Yeah.
but it would be nice if we
Had an automatic
had
bucket
an
stirrer.
automatic.
Yeah.
Although we didn't know that we'd be doing this for 2 hours either.
Yeah. To be honest, we could just stir it occasionally and look
Yeah.
at the cumulative data.
Yeah. But I take pride in the job well done.
If you're going to do a job, you might as well do it properly, yeah. Okay, well the power input, yeah, okay, so he's still on cycle there.
See if he's made any more comments about whether this is helping.
Okay, he says it's looking better a little bit. He says he has to say that even his 400 watt input reactor works at a much higher flow rate. I can't see that we're getting any steam out because the copper just above the water is not hotter than about 55. So I just told him it appears to be about 50 degrees, so he goes, "What the fuck?"
It's just shy.
It's waiting for everyone to get bored and leave the live stream, and then he's
Right.
going to actually turn it on. Oh, he says it should be boiling within 5 or 6 minutes.
All right.
No. He said it should have been boiling within 5 or 6 minutes.
Right.
So, and we've never seen it produce steam. So,
We heard a little bit. At about 5
Did we?
minutes.
Well, we got the rubber smoky smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does the opera say the pipe is? The rubber hose above the copper.
The rubber hose I can see here is. Oh, actually, is that the bit? No, that's your damn. Oh, hold on, maybe that is that. You know what? Can you? It's going to be awkward.
We don't know the emissivity of the rubber hose.
No.
I figured the rubber hose is real close to one.
I'm going to stop the Ravi and save it, and then we'll move the camera slightly up in the second Ravi to just see if we can see more of the hose, because it might not be your. It might actually be the hose that's the hottest thing in the view. So let's stop the Ravi. It's going to take a bit of time to save because it's one point something gigabytes. It's 1.8 gigabytes. So stop. Put that in K. E. Aura. Optrus Ravi. Sparge 1. 1 of 15. I only said that for Brian. I've got this to look forward to again. So that's going to take a little time to save. That, oh, it's nice. Look at that. 63% saved. 70% saved. Okay. Thomas says he would like to see what is coming out of the bucket.
Oh, shall we lift it?
We could do that, yeah. Let me move the camera to just check what temperature the hose is.
Okay.
So that we don't have any burns, please. Right. And it just looks like that's moved. Did someone move the camera? No. Just tools. Device. Now why is that? It's reporting something completely different now. Has it changed? Helpfully changed calibration temperatures when you stop it. It's nice. It's the one thing I like about this software. Not. Where is it?
Alright, let's see what the RF detector tells me. Nothing significantly different than before.
The Optrus is reporting incorrect temperatures at the moment because it's got the wrong calibration. Oh God, where is that? I'm going to write this down so I can get to it straight away next time.
You want me to pan the camera up a bit?
Yes, please. If you could do that, that would be great. We don't need to see too much at the bottom of the bucket. It says it should be producing steam even without any fuel.
Is that enough, Bob?
Yeah, you've tilted it up, have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
just rotated them.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I can see. Well,
A little bit more?
yeah, a little bit more.
Not too much.
Oh, you're moving not the Optrus camera. You need to move the head, the ball head, because the Optrus is fixed to it rather than the video camera.
I moved the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, it needs to go up more then.
Yeah.
Oh, you're changing height rather than pitch.
No?
No, I'm rotating it.
Oh, we'll keep going then.
Vertical axis.
Doesn't seem to be moving much.
More?
More.
I think there's just
I can only
significant
see.
delay. I think there's like a...
No, I think the Optrus has crashed in after it's saved. Let's cancel that. I'm going to close that. You're going to lose the data to the port. It's going to recalibrate here. This is wrong. 0 to 250, that's the right range. Oh, that's warmer. Something's warm there.
That's the hose.
That's the hose, which is about 70 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that go so cold there, though? Oh, it's going behind this clamp. We can't see the hose there because it's behind the clamp.
No, actually that ends above the clamp. That's
No, but I mean the copper pipe should be hotter, right? Because
No.
it's, well, it's going into the copper. Well, it might be colder because it's,
It's conductive.
yeah.
It's a heat sink.
So, okay,
It's also a different emissivity.
Yeah.
right. What's going? This is a reflection of the pipe. So, the pipe is 70 degrees here. It's round about. Let me just get this back up here, because you guys are missing this. So I want the desktop output no Optrus. Okay, what I'm talking about is the pipe now we can see is in full view, and on the outside of the pipe it's like 73 degrees. So, okay. So it is possible that the copper pipe is the issue. If it's still there, it's impossible that there is no block for the pump. Okay. It might be that it's, for some reason, it's pushing back, so it can't regulate. It's not coming straight out. So then it's, I don't know.
Yeah, there's back pressure because it's underwater.
It was flowing pretty easily when there was no water in there.
Yeah.
Through the amount of holes the Sparge was doing.
So,
Right,
well,
but now we've got a foot of water and that's a couple PSI.
yeah.
Right.
So,
That would serve to reduce the amount of water flowing through there.
Yeah, it would.
Instead of increasing it.
Yeah.
but then, is that affecting the regulation? I don't know. Okay. Hose can be underwater, they're saying, but might be the copper pipe that's the issue. Yeah, I think the copper pipe is just a huge heat sink, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the water, so the outside of the rubber pipe is 70 degrees, 75 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
and the copper, is, by the time it gets to the water, it's at 40 degrees.
Yeah.
What's the emissivity of the copper?
Okay, that's a good thing. Where's the Optrus manual? It's out.
You put the box
Yeah.
back up in the
It's outside.
pile. I'll get it.
Okay.
Why don't we just use one of the alcohol?
Yeah, we can drop one of the alcohol thermometers on there. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Onto the copper.
Yeah.
You won't get enough contact.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get enough contact.
The pipe is definitely the hottest thing in the room by far. It's so much hotter.
The pipe or the hose?
The
Hose.
The hose, yeah, is by far the hottest thing in the room.
Mhm. Polished copper, 0.03.
0.03. Right, I'm going to move this spot to.
What if it's a little less polished?
Roughened, 0.05 to 0.1.
Okay, so I'm going to take the output.
Call it 0.1, be conservative.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's been sitting around, it's got a little
measuring
less
areas,
shininess to it.
sparge
Yeah.
bucket
See that?
outside.
Yeah.
Sparge bucket. No. Output
And
is what I want.
oxidized copper is 0.4 to 0.8, which is because it's black. Copper oxide
Yeah.
is black.
It's,
Well, it
I
depends
would
on
think
what
that would be
form.
like green copper.
I don't think I'd call this oxidized yet.
No,
We're working on it.
yeah, but when you leave copper outside exposed to air, it turns
Green.
dark.
So, give me an emissivity for roughened copper.
0.1.
0.1.
0.1. And at what temperature is that? Okay. Is that warmer?
Yeah, 165. It says.
That's maybe a little bit more than it is.
Yeah,
So, what is it then? Point.
what?
If it's smooth, is it?
0. If it's polished, it's 0.03.
0.03. So let's
Shiny.
assume it's polished.
It's
It's
not
not
polished.
Okay.
No.
All right. But if it
Oh,
was,
roughened.
that drops the temperature to 80 degrees. So
Probably low, right?
we've got on the outside of the rubber tube, we've got like 70 something.
No, if you lower the emissivity, it should raise the temperature.
Well, I'm just doing it here. I've got it here at 0.3. Got 82.
0.03
Oh, point.
for shiny polished copper.
Okay, 0.03. Okay. It's saying 159 degrees.
Yeah.
Really? Well, that's going to be throwing steam everywhere if it's true.
Ryan, will our
0.03. It's not 0.03. It's going to be closer to 0.1.
0.1 seems more.
In fact,
realistic.
0.1 is the lowest you can put in.
Oh, okay.
Whatever I put in there, it
Yeah.
resets it to 0.1.
will
Yeah.
our reactor thermocouple reach?
Yes. Probably.
I think what's happening is there may be steam coming out, but it's condensing in the copper.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
No, not
I did
quite.
not have.
Okay.
Did not bring the thermocouple.
I suspect there is steam coming out because I can smell the rubber
Okay.
and the outside of
the
that
ambient
pipe,
probably would reach.
which is more likely to be near one.
That's okay.
Have you? Has it got rubber in there for the emissivity?
These are metals.
Yeah, let's do that.
Point
Let's get a
95.
good reading.
What we need is a.
0.95. Okay, so let's get a sample
Little
point
pipe
on there.
or something.
I'm going to say rubber.
It's an
But
exposed
that
tip.
piece that's
We need that
bright
piece
yellow
there.
there, that's rubber hose.
That's the rubber hose. Yes, I know. That's what I'm going to call rubber. Rubber.
And that would be for black rubber, but I don't think the surface color
What do we
that we
else?
see relates to the,
What else do we have? Okay.
So where is that?
Infrared.
What are you after?
I need a
Ryan?
little spot. of tape,
0.95.
No, what's Ryan after?
A little piece of tape.
There's
Probably,
That's
tape
right
outside
there, yeah.
on the
Yeah.
toolbox.
All right, I'll go grab that for you.
if you can grab the insulation too. The wrapping insulation.
Oh, yes, can do that.
I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for people. Not that. Yes. Okay. We've blocked out Brian and me completely now. So the rubber now is 76.4 quite solidly. That's the mean value over that rather large area. I'll take the maximum value now. 77.6. So I'll take a larger area and we'll see if we've got another hot spot. Yeah, it's nearly 80 degrees the outside of the rubber.
Let's pick it up and take a look around the thing.
Yeah, I don't see that roll of insulation, but you can start with some tapes.
Okay.
What installation do you want? The felt?
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Okay. Let's see if we can get this back up.
It's nearly 80 degrees for the.
I don't think so, not without gloves on.
Do you have the torch?
What's that?
Issue. Covered. There's the end of the roll. Just take a piece out there.
Those are clips. You wrap it round and put those clips on it.
Is it for sure going to reach? Oh, yes.
Now we'll know the temperature of that hose really quickly. Of course, it'll look like the room is
Yeah,
boiling.
the room's got really hot. Okay. $38.
Torch, please. So I don't lose it.
So we put the ambient sensor onto
On the blue hose.
the blue hose. It's warming up for whatever the hose is. How's your fingers there?
Surprisingly little problem.
Still under insulation.
Do we have another Velcro strap? I got one right here, actually. Right within reach.
Perfect.
$62, $61.
Whatever you just did, it really jumped.
Put more pressure right on the tip of the thermocouple against the tube.
Mm-hmm.
.70. Climbing slowly.
Should get rid of that 171, that's not correct.
Which one?
On the Optus, set the emissivity for the rubber to 0.95.
0.95 there. Rubber.
What's showing 171?
No, that's the hottest point in this, which is the copper output.
It's not correct at all.
I know. Well, I don't know, but
73.
Mhm.
the insulation works. Wow, look at that. Makes a huge difference. Look. Loss is massively reduced.
Yeah.
So,
So if we insulate the copper pipe,
insulating the rubber pipe looks like a good job.
yeah.
The copper pipe, if you're losing that much heat on the rubber,
Well, it's that temperature. The amount of heat loss is determined by the amount of surface area and the ambient temperature.
Mhm.
The higher it is, the more it's radiating. So you can definitely cut down a lot.
I should say, look, this is 40 degrees, that's nearly 80. So 77. Yeah, it's at 79 nearly.
Mhm.
And the rubber lagged is peaking at about 50.
So it seems to have settled at about 75.
Mhm.
This stuff holds the lagging on. So the Optus is pretty close, isn't it? So your thermocouple saying 75, right?
Yes.
So that takes that to 0.98. Takes it down a degree, 0.99. 76.995. That doesn't make any difference. I'll put it to 1. Well, it's showing the hottest in that area, so if I shrink it, so it's on a definite spot.
Well,
Yeah, so
we don't really need to do a lot more. Actually, I'd like you to pick up the Optus and just look at the other side where the steam comes out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We need to do that on rubber. So what I'll do is I'll make a zone that picks the hottest area. So the maximum in there is set. Okay, so now it's not showing it. 75. So put that back to 0.95. That's what it said for rubber. Yeah, so just a bit up from where you've got the temperature sensor, it's saying the maximum temperature on that bit of rubber, about 3 or 4 inches up, is 76 degrees, and you're seeing what? 75.16. So okay. The Optus is reading that rubber temperature pretty much bang on.
Yep.
So picking up the Optus, this is going to be interesting. Yeah.
There's only a bunch of wires hanging off of it. Pick up the whole tripod.
Hmm. Okay. Right. See if this works. You'll have to spot measure that. Probably won't be in focus now. Maybe it will be because it's about distance from the pillow stick.
85.
85.
It's nice
Would
and
you say
warm
7?
there, but it's only 20 on the aluminum right by it.
Yeah.
So that's nice insulation he's got in there.
What is the outside? Yeah. Well,
19, 20.
Well, the humidity of the aluminum though is going to be significantly different.
Oh, that's true. What's it feel like?
Mildly warm. Slightly warmer than the room.
Like under 30 though.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. You probably see my hand warmer there.
I see your hand is 30.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just mild warmer. It's like hand warmer, chemical one.
Yeah, go back up a little bit. You're off the rubber. Yeah,
Yeah,
90, 88,
you saw 90.
right at the exit.
So I guess the question is, do we want to see what's coming out at the end of this pipe then?
You want to pick up the sparging tube and see what squirts out of it?
Yes, because it's at a temperature that if it was lagged, we could handle it. Because it's only 40 to 50 degrees when it's lagged.
Yeah.
Here, step aside.
So more lagging, we can clip lagging.
No, just grab the gloves.
Oh, there we go. Alright, ready?
Here, I'll let you
With
drive.
Nutter in the house. I meant that in the nicest
A
way.
piece of cotton rag or something.
What about some of the insulation?
Yeah. Give me a piece of that, anything. Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah. Excuse me.
I came all the way to Europe to try this.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's the thermocouple.
This copper wire is gonna drop down into the bucket. Up.
Well, it's
Steam.
Oh, there we go.
well, water vapor at least.
Step pressure behind it. Steam.
Making steam.
Yeah.
Can we get that thermocouple there, or another thermocouple?
And the
I can
steam,
get the Optrus there.
Oh, the steam, you know it's 100.
Let's get the Optrus somewhere there.
If you're seeing it as water vapor, it's 100.
Got some good video yet?
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
So we're definitely sparging steam.
Okay.
Did any see that?
Like maybe, I don't know. Can you put the copper pipe out for the test? Are you sure that the reactor is not leaking water? Okay, is the reactor leaking water?
I I see no sign of liquid around or under the reactor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's happening is the steam is all condensing in the copper pipe.
Oh, there's a couple bubbles.
Yeah, there's a little bit coming up. Crank it up.
Saying, can you put the copper pipe out for the test?
No, leave it out.
No, we can do that in the next test by giving it a steam exit.
Yeah.
But there's no test without the copper pipe in the water.
Right, we can pull out and look at it, but we can't.
Yeah, we just did that.
Yeah.
We can pull it out and put it onto the heat exchanger.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if steam would make it through there and out the exit.
Oh, I don't think it will, but yeah, that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean-
So we can translate this right for the next test if we want to try that.
We got
Are we
enough
in
data
the?
on this one yet?
Actually, we have to restart all the power meters and everything.
Yeah.
Do we want to do that tonight, or do we want to have a clear head, do a proper test with some lagged pipes? With,
Yeah.
with
I don't
Shut
wanna
this
do
down
this-
and
I don't wanna
restart
do
it
this one again.
tomorrow? Will it
Well,
be still operational in the morning?
We got kilowatt output calculations all done for us on the other
Yeah.
version.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This I have to go digging through the log files
Yeah.
and pull stuff out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's the thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At
If
least
it was
we know-
1.9, then I'd be like, okay, maybe we could see something over 1 if we
Yeah.
insulate
Right.
everything, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
COP is
I think
0.7.
we have a lot of loss in all the plumbing, and we need to put a lot of insulation on
A lot.
the whole system.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if the heat exchanger can get up to temperature. There's gonna be a lot of loss around the outside of it, but that's the nature of the beast.
I mean,
Well, actually, we only have to insulate up to here. That's it. We insulate the hose and the head of this heat exchanger.
No, we have to insulate the whole thing, because,
You're right, we're gonna try and recover the heat. This will be at a much lower temperature, because the steam's in the tubes inside, in the shell, those are, the cooling water's around all that.
no, the point is, we're trying to measure the heat. The enthalpy depends on how much heat goes through the secondary path.
Yeah,
And if all of it comes off through radiation and convection off of the large stainless steel tube there, we're not gonna see an accurate measurement, so we have to have,
lucky we've got a lot of lagging.
and we use every bit of it too.
we've got a 0.3, let's say 0.5.
But you're seeing a massive drop on this. You're going from nearly 100 on the outside, or 88 or 90 something there, to 76 here, to 50 here. I mean,
If we're gonna get any
But
better,
that
What?
doesn't reflect the temperature of the water vapor inside of there.
no, it doesn't, but it is losses.
It's a, yeah, the rubber's not highly conductive.
It smells like sweet steam.
Drain a bit of water out.
Yeah, that's the condensate coming out.
Now it's not condensating, so it's actually condensating in that extremely small bit of pipe.
No, we've got about 3 feet of copper
Oh,
fiber
yeah,
in the water.
yeah, that's right,
That's a
yeah.
condenser. Plus the thermal conductivity of the copper.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's enough for this test.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hit the stop button.
So what we measured was the amount of heat loss in the tubing.
Yeah.
30%.
yeah, 30%. Well, and
And not just in the tubing, in this
evaporation
bucket as
in the
well.
bucket.
Oh, yeah, all of
All
that.
kinds of different things.
Yeah.
There's a few watts of loss there, there's a few watts of loss there.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We're losing 5 and a bit watts there.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't know what the average was before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the very most accurate thing is to plumb the water on there and just use the sensors. But we'll see tomorrow because it minimises all the flow.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the incoming water is not going to change much because it's got a very small
No.
difference to room temperature.
yeah, so this is going to be the same temperature there, same temperature there. Okay. And what's
So
happening
the
here?
the hot.
This one's going to be not so accurate
right.
unless we do a lot of shortening of this path, which we can do. We've got some more short pipes, right? And then a lot of lagging.
But you got the thermocouple straight into the exit valve on the heat exchanger, right?
This one here, yeah.
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 And so we need to insulate up to there, and that's our primary measurement for the heat calculation.
Yeah, but if we want to measure using this thermocouple down here, we've got to insulate all the way to here.
Why would we use that one? It's not part of the heat exchanger.
Well, it's part of the calculation though.
Look, we've got another flow through it.
No, the calculation from the dashboard is done from this is the output temperature here. So it's got to come all the way through there, all the way through there, all the way through there until it gets to the thermocouple. that's in there.
Right. But that's the one that should be used for our primary data source.
Right.
It doesn't matter that it's connected to that. That's the one that we can insulate properly. And
Yeah.
we need to wrap at least an inch of insulation all over the entire assembly.
Well, in that, yes, I agree. Then this, you need to swap the PT500 and wire in a 500.
We are
Yeah,
not,
that's
we're not
not
able to.
We don't have a driver for it.
Right, not gonna happen.
So then, if you want to use this, we've got to, we'll know the power that this is calculating, and we'll be able to calculate the losses between this point and that point.
Right, the water temperature out of the heat exchanger is not gonna be that high.
No.
We're
You know,
talking.
and
So the delta will not
so the
be
delta
losing
won't-
too much.
Yeah, we won't lose
Yeah.
that much.
We've got
It's a
three,
long path.
3
It
feet
is a
of,
long path.
of rough surface metal hose,
Yeah.
large
Right.
radiating surface, and high thermal conductivity.
Yeah, it would be good to wrap all that.
I think,
Well, we
Bigger
already know
question
somewhere
is-
we can get more lagging.
right. Bigger question is the back pressure gonna be low enough that his reactor is gonna be allowed to work the way he's designed it or intended it?
But it's basically going to blow steam in there, isn't it? Like, it's
Right, the back pressure is gonna come from, the loop on the condensate exit. That's the only restriction.
Right.
Otherwise, the condensate, the volume is so low, even if it condenses in there, which we know it will,
Mhm.
I mean, if we have to, we can turn that loop around with a wrench, so there's no back pressure. Or just pop the valve open at the bottom and let the water drain out. I mean, we've got a drain plug on that large valve, right? On that valve there.
Yes, I think you can.
Crap, training.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, put most things under that. Oh, set that bag.
Stop, take it up to the.
Rainstorm!
Good timing.
Just a
Remind me where my, I tried to get that all under the cover.
Okay, do we want to sign off on the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna, let me sign off on the,
And we'll resume tomorrow with the next part of the process.
yeah. Okay, we've got heavy rainstorm outside, and we're just getting things out from the rain. And we're going to shut the reactor down for this evening. And we've learned a hell of a lot. And we will come back tomorrow and do the flow calorimetry.
Well, we're having fun now.
Yeah, let's see, I'll sleep over that. Just kidding.
I have to take a bath.
So I'm going to hit the stop button now. It really is just a big stop button.
I thought you'd already stopped it.
No.
Try.
No change in power yet.
Well, it's mostly
Gotta ramp down.
yeah, maybe it has its own thing. Don't know. There really is no change in power. No, it doesn't turn off.
Well, a successful experiment is where nothing broke and nobody got hurt.
Right.
I think we did real well, guys.
We definitely learned something.
Okay, keep logging going for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's log until it cools down a little bit.
Well, and it still hasn't turned off.
That sounds like a lot of rain out there.
Had a Led Zeppelin song running through my head all day when the levee breaks.
I'm gonna chop the stream in a minute. Because it's getting quite late here and we need to get some rest. So thank you for watching. We'll learn to lag tomorrow. That doesn't mean we turn up later and do less.
Not that kind of way. See, I've never heard of insulation called leggings before you said it. Like,
Oh really?
no.
Oh, what do you call it? Insulation?
Insulation.
Yeah, it's a term of art for steam systems.
Okay.
And it's usually, in the old days, it was that asbestos foam stuff. On ships, it's called lagging.
Okay. There we go. Someone's done their research. Let's just use the word. Okay. So, thank you. I will set the Optus files to upload. The main Optus file to upload. What else? Anything else for a minute?
It's happy. Let's figure it out.
Yes.